think I like my sections. So I don't know. Hi. I'm trying to maneuver how I want this to be. I think it's okay. It's fine. Hey everyone, what's going on? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hopefully my audio is doing what it needs to do. You hear me? Okay, great. Yay, awesome. So exciting. Yay, I'm super excited too. Okay, first of all, happy Friday. So glad you guys can hear me because I was like, is my audio working or not? So happy Friday, everyone. Where you guys at? Where are you guys at? I always gotta ask because I'm nosy. We got Alicia from Baltimore. We got Lori from Jamaica. Good morning, Kimberly. How are you? Darnay from North Carolina. LaRonda from Ohio. Faith from Arizona. Kimberly from Oregon. We got Long Island. We got North Carolina again. North Carolina's in the house. Okay. New Mexico, South Africa, Detroit. Got Atlanta, Michigan, Germany. What? Buffalo, New York. Kim from Cali, Compton, California, Maryland, Detroit, Louisville, Kentucky, Georgia. What is going on? Hey, everyone. What is going on? Oklahoma, Washington State. All right, cool. So let's just go ahead and straight into it because more than likely I'm going to keep this live. I'm going to save it on my channel. I'm scheduling a meeting with you soon. My B-day is next month, and I want to have my hair business up and running by the fall. Yes, I'm super excited for you, Alicia. Yes, let's chat. I'm looking forward to connecting with you very soon. Jamaica's in the house. Cali also. Sweet. Awesome. So I'm not going to we're just going to jump straight into it. So as you guys know, I'm super excited that today is the Curly Chemistry launch day. We are launching 2 new items on the website, which happen to be live right now. And you guys have heard me talk about these few things for the past, few weeks or so. And you guys have been really excited. A lot of this work has been just curated over the past few months, almost year, because you guys have been asking for a lot of these things. So I'm so excited to bring this to you guys. So first of all, here's what we're going to do. So first, we're going to talk about the launches, what they are, discuss more about them. I do want to release a special launch day promo code. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. And I want to launch this code because I love you guys. And once again, this is like a celebration. It's a launch day, so it's going to be a very exclusive promo code. Of course, it's going to expire this weekend, but it's for you guys because you guys are tuning in. Okay. So we're going to share that. And then we're going to do a mini Q&A session. You guys know I love Q&As. I love being able to answer y'all's questions. So that's kind of going to be the lineup of the thing. I'm not going to be here super long, but I just wanted to just show my face and just let you guys know that we are here and we are launching and it's up on the website and I'm excited. And I know you guys are too. So, okay, Alicia's let's get into the questions. I'm going to hold your question, Alicia, copy and paste it and we're going to get to it. So first of all, what is happening today? So as you guys know, I launched a new book today, Practical Solutions for Natural Hair. And basically this book is literally all of y'all's questions in one book. And as you guys can imagine, I get a lot of DMs, I get a lot of comments and a lot of questions like, hey, can you help me with hair loss, hair growth, hair thinning, gray hair, shedding, breakage, anything you can think of? It's in this book. Okay. So I wanted to provide something for you guys that's practical, straight to the point. Now, I will say this book is very straightforward. Okay. It's not fluff. There's no fluff. It's literally straight to the point, very direct answers, very direct solutions, because I don't like fluff. If I'm going to ask a question, I want some direct answers, so that's what the Practical Solutions for Natural Hair Care is going to be about. So that's what the book is about. I'm so excited to just share with you guys. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. So that is what the practical solutions for natural hair is about. Once again, just solutions. And like I said, we're covering pretty much everything you can think of. I also have a section in there where I'm giving you guys different curly chemistry DIY recipes for your hair and your scalp. So for all my DIY people out there, you're going to have a lot of fun in the kitchen, especially if you get it today. You have fun this weekend. So we got that. And we also have a section where I have product recommendations as well. Okay. So that is what it is. How do we get the book? I'm going to tag, I'm glad you asked that. Let me tag my website in the comments. 1 second. Let me just double check this really quick. Yep, this is it. Okay, great. All right, let me tag it. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna pin it right now. Okay, great. So that's the store. So yeah, so that is the practical solutions to natural hair. You can find more information about that on the website. And then the second launch we have is the Curly Chemistry Custom Regimens and Consultations. Now this, I'm so excited about this because it is another opportunity for me to connect with you guys one-on-one. For the past few years, Darnay said she got mine. Yay, thank you, Darnay. So as you guys know, for the past few years, you guys have been asking me, like, do you offer one-on-one hair care advice? Like, how can I talk to you? How can I ask questions about my hair one-on-one? You know, like these videos are great. The comments are cool, but I need some extra talk, like, how can I talk to you? Right. So basically, that is what this is. So what's going to happen is you have 3 different ways to sign up. So you can do via email, where I will send you a custom regimen plan. We'll talk about that in a few seconds via email, or you can do the plan plus a phone call with me, or you can do the plan plus a Zoom video call with me. So you have different options to connect with me. So what's going to happen? So once you sign up, right, you're going to get a special link. This link is not for everybody. This is a link for whoever signs up. Once you click that link, it's going to take you to a survey, like questionnaire form. I have select questions for you about your hair, right? Once you answer the questions to the best of your ability, you can schedule your call if you do a video call or a phone call with me. But once you submit it, it's going to come directly to me. From there, that is where I'm going to look at your responses and literally put together a plan for you. Now, this plan is like a 9-page document. Okay. This is not going to be like a little, no, this is a 9-page document for your hair. So it's very, very personalized, very, very customized. Okay. So you're going to get that from me. Now, if you sign up for a phone call or a Zoom video call, not only, like I said, will you get that 9-page document from me, but you're also going to have a chance to chat with me and ask as many questions as you want. Okay, so that is what the custom hair care regimen, hair care regimens and consultations are. Once again, they're up on my website. I'm so excited to be able to just connect with you guys. Once again, this has been a while because I'm like, how can I do this? Like, how can I create a service where I can connect with them one-on-one about their hair? Just hair advice. So now we finally have it. It is here. Super excited. So yes, that is what that is. That is like the 2 launches for today. So excited. As you guys can tell, like I'm kind of like, because it's like we're finally here. And if you can see what I've been like in the background these past few weeks, it's been insane. But we're finally here. Super excited. And on top of that, you guys have already been booking these consultations. Like I woke up this morning and I'm like, what? Like, so you guys are not playing. So for those who already signed up for the consultations, thank you so much. I'm so excited to work with you. And those who have already gotten the new ebook, Practical Solutions for Natural Hair, thank you. Thank you so much. I thought that, I would have to like do the live first and then, but you guys are already on it. And I appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. So any questions? Any questions so far before we go into like a little Q&A session? Okay. Okay. Melissa's like already done. Awesome. Super excited. Okay. Alicia said I look so happy. I am so happy. I'm okay. I'm happy for a number of reasons. Number one, I'm happy that it's out there, okay? And I'm sure you guys know, like when you are preparing something and creating something, you put a lot of time, energy into it, you know? So when it's finally done, it's like, it's so like I just feel super excited. And then I'm also excited because I get to connect with you guys like one-on-one. So I'm very excited about that. So yes, there's that. Now let's get into this promo code, y'all. So because I'm so excited and it is launch weekend, I want to give you guys a 15% off everything in the Curly Chemistry store. That includes new items and old items. So everything in the store 15% off. So if you want to connect with me via phone call, video call, or via email, this is the way to do it. Take advantage of this code because it expires this weekend. So what is the code? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to put it in the chat. There it is. CC15 is the code. It is live. And let me see. There it is. Yep, CC15. So that is the code. And y'all have already been taking advantage of it. So take advantage of it as much as you want. I'm super excited. Let me actually put the link back in with the code so that it flows better. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. CC15. Okay, and let me pin this really quick, and then we will go into these Q&As and get started. Okay, there we go. Yay! So I'm super excited. Once again, I'm overjoyed. Take advantage of that code CC15 for 15% off everything in the store. Thank you so much for your support. To everyone who's already signed up, super excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be quiet now because I might start crying because I cried at the last live. Well, I didn't cry, but I teared up. So I want to stop talking because I'm going to start tearing up because I'm just so thankful. And I love you guys so much. Okay, Q&As. What questions do you guys have for me? And it can be about just purchase practical solutions for natural hair. Yay! Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate it. I'm so excited for you. Keep me posted on, you know, your experience with the ebook. All right, let's see. I know I had some questions earlier. Let's see. I like that question. Okay, so Alicia is asking, for the summer months, what advice would you give for someone for low porosity hair, right? So anyone who has low porosity hair, well, first of all, how do you know if you have low porosity hair, right? So low porosity hair, typically there are a few telltale signs. So number one is your hair takes like forever to dry. So when you are air drying your hair, it takes a long time for your hair to dry. That's typically like a telltale sign that you have low porosity hair, right? Another way to know, which is a method you can do, and I talk a little bit about this in the practical solutions for natural hair. You can take your finger, like how you would like this, and literally take a strand, like one strand of your hair, and rub it down the length of your hair. If you notice that it's very smooth, that's another telltale sign that you may have low porosity hair, right? Now, here's the thing with low porosity hair, you know, similar to high porosity hair, it can be prone to dryness, right? But the challenging thing with low porosity hair is because the cuticles are so tight and so close, sometimes you can have a hard time getting moisture within the cuticle. But that's why I tell people, if you have low porosity hair, opt for liquid moisturizers or gel cream moisturizers, because those are going to have a great way of getting that penetration, that hydration deep into your hair. Now, with the summer months, it's hot. Okay, like, well, it's not too hot today, but it's going to be hot. Okay, July and August are right around the corner. Now, a few things when it comes to like hot weather is the sun is not very nice to our hair, especially who just ordered? Someone ordered. Thank you. Especially when it comes to just being in hot areas. Like, so if you live like in, let's say, Arizona, like some crazy hot, you know, like the sun is literally beating on your hair. So my advice for anyone who has low porosity hair, and this can be for those who have high porosity hair as well, is you definitely want to increase your deep conditioning. Okay, you definitely want to increase. You definitely want to increase your deep conditioning in the summertime. So if you typically deep condition your hair once a month, increase that to twice a month. Okay, you're going to see a huge difference. Okay. Another thing I will say is get your hands on a what's the word I'm trying to say? I'm trying to think of the word. Get your hands on an oil that can help reduce sun damage. Hold on. Everyone is calling me when I'm doing a live. How is this possible? Never happened to you? Like you're like minding your business, trying to work, and people are calling you. I don't know. Anyway, focus. Yeah, get your hands on a carrier oil that is good for reducing sun damage. So one of them, and actually I list about 3 of them because there's like 3 exclusive ones, but I mentioned all 3 of them in the practical solutions for natural hair, but I'll share one here with you guys. Almond oil is actually known for reducing sun damage. So if you can just get like a coat of that on your hands, very light amount before you go outside in the summertime and just kind of put it on your hair, that'll help tremendously with reducing sun damage on the hair itself. So long answer, but hopefully that helps. Increase your deep conditioning and get your hands on a oil that helps to prevent sun damage on the hair. And almond oil happens to be one of them. And to get the other 2, check out the practical solutions for natural hair care. Okay, let's see. Great teaching, love it. Thank you, Trella. I appreciate it. D is like, I got mine. Thank you, D. I appreciate it. Let's go. Ray, I got my book. Thank you, Ray. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to scroll up a little bit, see what I miss. Lena B says, is it beneficial to pre-poo with coconut oil followed by aloe vera? That's not going to hurt, honestly. Like, of course, when it comes to pre-pooing, you want to have some level of a penetrating ingredient like coconut, babasu, olive oil. Now olive oil is penetrating, but not as penetrating as coconut oil, but it's an option. So if you pre-poo with coconut oil and then you put aloe vera on top of that, that's not a problem. You're going to get some really juicy hair, so I would say try it and see how your hair responds. Okay, let me see. Best advice to prevent split ends and damage to ends. The best advice I would say to prevent, number 1, definitely make sure that you have a routine of getting your ends trimmed or dusted. Like you don't want to go too long. Someone else, thank you so much. You don't want to go too long, not dusting or trimming your ends, because then you're just asking for damage. So make sure you have a routine where you are dusting your ends, trim your ends. And I mentioned this, actually mentioned this in the practical solutions for natural hair about search and destroy, how you want to have a method of search and destroy. Now, what does that even mean? That means a part of your routine, maybe like once a week or maybe like twice a month, go through your ends and look at if you see any split ends, because I kid you not, split ends are not going to go away. Okay, they are going to continue to ride up. So if you can catch them early on when they're like at the very little part, like the ends of your hair versus them riding all the way up, that's the best time to cut them things. Okay, so do a search and destroy method at least twice a month in your regimen, like just in your hair care routine. That's gonna help tremendously. Second, I would say is be mindful of how you are handling your hair. You'll be surprised how fragile our hair is. Okay, I always tell people our hair is literally like silk. It is like silk. Like our hair is beautiful, y'all. Like our hair is like silk. But with that silk, we have to be very careful with how we handle it, right? So when you're combing it and you're brushing it, be mindful of that, because just doing it too hard, that can lead to split ends. And then last but not least, I would say is make sure you're on top of your moisture cycle. You guys know here at Curly Chemistry, we are all about the moisture cycle. And that just pretty much means just being consistent with moisturizing your hair, because dry hair will not only lead to breakage, but will also weather at your ends as well. So I would say that's how to prevent it, and also drink more water. Water is huge, especially for our hair. So FYI. Veronica says, I got my ebook. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find a question. There was one I'm looking for I missed earlier. Shoot. Okay. Hopefully it'll come back. Um, Question, how to regrow thinning edges. So great question, Melissa. So I get this question a lot. Um, and I think this question is becoming more of a thing. And I think a lot of it has to do with what's going on internally in our bodies as well, how we're styling our hair. I don't know if you're using lace fronts, things of that nature, So, as I said in my last live, I would say this: the best way to regrow your thinning edges is to look at your methods, like your current methods of how you style your hair. So if you are constantly wearing your hair in tight ponytails or you're getting tight braids, like what's going on up here? Like what has been going on up here for the past 3 months? Is there anything that's causing trauma to the follicle? You know what I'm saying? So things like that, I would definitely look into, because that can also be a part of what you're experiencing. The second thing I would say is get your hands on a good multivitamin. Get your hands on a really good hair vitamin. I have a few that I recommend on my channel, so check that out as well. And I do have a few in the Practical Solutions for Natural Hair. Check that out also. And then the last thing I would say is incorporate nightly massages, like nightly routine massages. And I feel like we have daily hair care down pat, but sometimes we don't have a nightly routine. So when you wash your skin at night and you take a shower and you have your skincare routine, there should be some type of hair care routine at night. And you may not do it every single night, but do it like at least 3 times a night, where you are literally just focusing on massaging like your edges, like massaging your crown, massaging your nape, really quick. Like method can be something like castor oil with a few drops of peppermint or rosemary or tea tree, things of that nature. So that's what I would recommend. But the biggest piece, honestly, is just being mindful of how you are styling your hair. So yeah. Okay, let's see. When are you going to create your own product line? So I get this question. I get this question a lot. So here's the thing, okay, with curly chemistry. And I'll just say what I always say. Okay, I'm in a season right now where I really enjoy helping other people start their hair care lines, like giving them the tools that they need, getting them I can't even talk, getting them connected to the manufacturers and the packaging and everything that they need for their line. I'm enjoying pouring into people, and on top of that, like because I do that and other things, I kind of don't have the time, to even start or even think about or starting my own hair care line. So the season of curly chemistry, and I think that's why it's so important to know what season you're in life, because you don't want to do something that's not in this season, if that makes sense. And I know that in this season I am to pour out, I am to share, I am to give people what they need to get to where they're trying to get to in life, whether that's with their hair care or with their business hair care lines. What's going to happen in the future, only God knows. But right now I'm focused on helping brands and giving you guys, information about your hair so you guys can know what to look for yourselves. So yeah. Just purchased a new ebook. Thank you so much. Life is notorious. I appreciate it. Okay, K-Day says, do you talk about hair not going to grow, including thin edges, if there's a persistent medical issues? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because a lot of hair loss, well, not a lot, but hair loss, thinning edges, a lot of that can be tied to what's going on internally, like medical issues. It can be autoimmune related. It can be mineral deficiency, and you'll be surprised, how hair loss plays a huge role for those who are deficient in iron and vitamin D. Like those two, I feel like the top two culprits, deficiency wise, that women may experience when it comes to hair loss and thinning and whatnot. So yeah, definitely medical issues play a huge role in hair loss and thinning. So yeah. Okay. My hair grows a little over a ½ inch every month, but I don't feel like I am retaining most of the length. What can I do to help with length retention? Hey Bree, great question. So I feel like that's always a tricky part, when it comes to growing our hair, because it's a lot of it has to do with moisture. You know, a lot of breakage that we experience, a lot of dryness that we experience, how our hair looks, the dullness. Oh, thank you, Darnay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. The look, the dullness, a lot of that is tied to moisture, you know. So if you are having a tough time retaining your length, I would look at, once again, your moisture cycle. How often are you moisturizing your hair? What are you using to moisturizing your hair? Also, are you using a sealant? Are you sealing in that moisture? You know, I just did a post on Instagram a few days ago about why you should use oil after putting a moisturizer in your hair. And I say this all the time. You know, we know the nature of water, right? Water loves to evaporate. Like you can put some water on your table within a day or two or something, it's going to be gone. Sometimes less than that, it's going to be gone because it's evaporating, you know? So the same thing with our hair. So I recommend, you know, always when you moisturize your hair, because moisturizing our hair is a two-step process. You have that water-based moisturizer, and then you also have that sealant on top of it, that carrier oil, whether that's jojoba or avocado or grape seed, for example. So I would say monitor how you're moisturizing your hair. Is your hair really dry? Because if it is dry, then that's a key indicator that you may need to moisturize your hair a little bit more often. I know some women who have to moisturize their hair every single day, every day. You know, so you kind of got to find what works best for you. I would also increase your deep conditioning as well. And once again, look at how you're styling your hair because your hair is growing, right? Like you even said, your hair grows a half an inch a month, right? But it's like, where is that length going? So there's something going on around this area, the length you're in. So I would pay more attention to that. Great question. Blessings from Texas. Thank you, SSG. Right, I appreciate it. K Day says thyroid, autoimmune, etc. But what are your recommendations, even if you're treated? What do you mean treated? Treated for what? Like treated for thyroid and autoimmune conditions? Expound on your question. Can extra virgin olive oil be used as a penetrating and sealing oil? Since you said it can be used as a pre-poo. Yeah, you can definitely use olive oil as a pre-poo and a sealing oil for sure. Once again, it's not as penetrating as coconut oil because what makes coconut oil so amazing, in my opinion, is that it has a high amount of lauric acid, and lauric acid is a fatty acid, which is very, very teeny tiny small. It's very small molecular wise. So because it's so small, it can penetrate very easy past our cuticle, right? But with olive oil, it's high in oleic acid, right? Oleic acid, I have to double check, but I think is a 18 carbon chain. So it's pretty large compared to lauric acid, which I want to say is a 12 carbon chain, either 12 or 14. So when you compare this to that, olive oil, you know, is not going to penetrate as much as the coconut oil because it's so much smaller. You know what I'm saying? So you can try olive oil. I have seen some research that says that olive oil does have some penetrating abilities to it. So that's why I'm saying you can use it as a pre-poo. So yeah, I mean, try it, you know. But yes, olive oil definitely can be used as a sealant for sure. And it's you know, as you know, it's a little thick, but well, not as thick as castor oil, but it does, you know, it is a good option for sealing in that moisture, and also hot oil treatments as well. So yeah. Mm. Okay, treated meaning if the issue is persistent. So if your autoimmune disease is persistent, what are my recommendations? So here's the thing. So as far as like autoimmune and whatnot, that's more so for your endocrinologist. You know, that's for a MD, a medical doctor, right? On my end, as a chemist, as a cosmetic chemist, I can educate you on the ingredients. I do go a little bit into vitamins from my experience of what you need, like iron, vitamin D, like just those common deficiencies and whatnot. But I will say this, one thing I do recommend, because a lot of like thyroid issues, autoimmune issues for example, are tied to inflammation, right? So you definitely want to lower the amount of processed foods that you use, because a lot of processed foods, fried foods, fatty foods are tied to inflammation. So I'm all about, you know, creating a healthy lifestyle. So that's more so what I permit. or I promote, I should say, but in regards to like treating thyroid disease and like lupus or other autoimmune issues, that's more for your endocrinologist for sure. So yeah. My hair grows only to a certain point and then nothing. I've been natural since last year and had to cut so much off the damaged hair. My question is how to gain length for beginners. So I just answered that question about length retention. Um, if you say that your hair grows to a certain length and then it stops, that may be a growth plateau where it just kind of stops. Now there are ways, and I have a video on this. There are ways to increase your anagen phase, which is your active growth phase. And peppermint oil has been shown to do that, which is great. So I believe it's in the video that I did called Hair Growth Activators. I want to say that's the name, but if you just type in Curly Chemistry Hair Growth Activators, you should see that video. But I talk more about how peppermint has been shown to increase the anagen phase. And for those who don't know, your anagen phase is your active growth cycle, right? So I'm going to purchase your book, sister. Oh, thank you, K-Day. I appreciate it. Your anagen phase is your active growth phase, right? So that is like the time where your hair is literally growing out of your scalp. Now, for us, typically that growth phase lasts between, I want to say it's between like 3 to 5 years. My numbers may be off, but I know other ethnicities, like for example, those who have Asian hair, those who are Asian, their anagen phase can go as long as 8 years. Hence the reason why a lot of times when you see an Asian woman, their hair is like crazy long, right? Because their anagen phase is 8 years. That's a really long time for your hair to just keep growing out that same spot. You know what I'm saying? However, like I said, peppermint oil has been shown to increase your anagen phase. So I would recommend getting that into your regimen somehow. You can like use like actually yeah, you can use like a carrier oil, add a few drops of peppermint oil to that, you know. Be mindful though, like you want to give it at least 2 to 3 months before you start seeing some results. But it sounds like it could be a growth issue, not issue, but a growth plateau where it's just stopped. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that, or it could be breakage where your hair wants to grow longer, but it could be like how you're styling and how your practices are, is you're just preventing that length from being seen because of how you're handling your hair. So it could be either or of these options. So yeah. Okay, let's see. On the live stream, you recommended the Pacifica Rosemary Mint Scalp Serum. Yep. The Direction state to use it once a week before shampooing. Before shampooing. Before shampooing. Is that how you use it? Honestly, I don't really follow the rules all the time. Sorry. So the directions say once a week. I don't do it once a week. I will do it like, for example, if my scalp is dry on a Monday, I'm gonna use it on a Monday. If my scalp is dry on a Friday, I'm using it on a Friday, you know, because the ingredients within it, they're very moisturizing. There's nothing in it where it's like, oh my gosh, if I use this multiple times a week, my hair is gonna fall out. It's nothing like that. But I think some brands, they kind of want their products to be seen as treatments, like special treatments. So they'll say like once a week. So you can stick to that direction. But personally, from my experience, I've used it more than once a week and it's been fine. So, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Can you mix Sublime Sulfur and MSM sulfur together in hair oil? You know, I get kind of, I'm not a huge fan of like Sublime Sulfur, MSM sulfur, more so because it's more of a drug ingredient versus a cosmetic ingredient. So I'm kind of like, but I will say that there are women who do make their own sulfur oil at home, you know, so, and they have, some people have seen some pretty good results. So I would say if you do it, be careful, be mindful of it. I just get kind of weird when it comes to like drug ingredients, because there's so many other options you have out here that are cosmetic ingredients, you know. So I would just say if you do try it, just be careful. So yeah. All right, what time is it? Oh, I went over my time. Okay, so I have like 5 more minutes and then I gotta go. Let's see. Does ACV and baking soda rinse for hair detox make sense? I would just stick with the ACV. I won't even use baking soda. Just stick with the ACV. You know, I would just stick with that, honestly, because not only are you getting that clarification of, your hair and your scalp, but ACV is more compatible with our hair pH wise, right? Our hair, our scalp is naturally acidic. Baking soda, I want to say the pH is like, I think 11 or 12 or 10. It's high. It's too high. Like anytime I'm consulting someone with a hair care line, or even if I'm making my own stuff, I always tell them the pH of your product will affect the performance on the hair. You know what I'm saying? So for example, for the scalp, ideal pH is around 5.5, 5.5, around there. Like I wouldn't recommend anything over 6 on the hair or the scalp, because then you're going to run into a lot of issues. So personally, if you're trying to clarify or detox your hair and your scalp, I would just stick with ACV. Like make a ACV rinse, dilute it. I have a really good recipe, by the way, in the practical solutions for natural hair. So definitely check that out if you don't have it yet, but definitely get that because I have a really, really good one in there. Okay, let's do 2 more questions and then I'm going to head out. Oh, Agnes got a super chat. Can you review products made with your help? Mine. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Shoot me an email. And we'll talk. I look forward to looking at your products. Okay, one more question, then I'm gonna go. Okay, Curly Sloth, you got it, girl. Because she's like, you gonna see my question. All right. If you have it's going too fast. If you have high porosity hair and you have to increase your moisture cycle in the summer, how do you moisturize / restyle but reduce manipulation and breakage? I do braid outs, but that's manipulate too. Okay, let me read your question again. If you have high porosity hair and have to increase moisture cycle in the summer, how do you moisturize / restyle but reduce manipulation / breakage and do braid outs? But that's manipulation. That's a great question. So when you do a braid out, you're not necessarily manipulating the hair. It's how you do the braid out. You know what I'm saying? It's how you're braiding the hair, how tight you know what I'm saying, how you're combing your hair. That's where the manipulation comes from, not the braid out itself, not the twist out itself, not the buns itself. It's how you do it. So, for example, let's say you do a moisture cycle of once every 2 days, right? Basically, that means once every 2 days or every 2 days, you are retwisting your hair or rebraiding your hair. And while you're rebraiding your hair, you're doing that moisturization again. So it's like an every 2-day thing that you're doing. Okay. But once again, the manipulation does not come from the style itself, it's how you do the style. Hope that makes sense. And I always tell people, like, there's nothing wrong with like protective style, like doing get your hair done or braids done, but it's about the installation. Like, how is homegirl putting in them braids? Is she like pulling like extra scalp? Is she trying to get every little teeny tiny piece of hair? Like how is she doing it? But the style is not the problem, but it's how you do it. Okay. Hopefully that helps. All right, guys, I'm about to head out because I have somewhere to be at 3 or 3:30, something like that. I gotta check my schedule. But like I said, once again, CC15 is the promo code for this weekend for the launch for the practical solutions for natural hair. An amazing, amazing ebook. A lot of y'all questions, I'm not gonna lie, are in this book. Okay, so definitely check it out. It's full of information, a wealth of knowledge, very direct, very to the point. Okay, there's no fluff here. So definitely check it out. A few of you guys have already been getting your copy of it. And then once again, if you want to connect with me one-on-one for hair care advice, I will create a customized hair care regimen for you. We can also talk as well. So the link is pinned, including the code CC15. Take advantage of that. And you guys have already been taking advantage of that. I'm gonna read some names. Let's see. Hold on one second. So Whitney, thank you. Veronica, thank you. Ramona, thank you. Dee, thank you. Kayla, thank you. Serapis, thank you. Jane, thank you. Gloria, thank you. Vanessa, thank you. Shamika, thank you. Robert, thank you. Stella, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so once again, Whitney, like, that's me. So yes, okay, guys, I love you so much. Once again, take advantage of this code CC15. I'm going to head out because I just want to come on here really quick. And what's your recipe for ACV rinse? The recipe is in the Practical Solutions for Natural Hair. It's in that ebook, and it's so good. Okay, it's in that link right there, pinned with the code CC15 to get 15% off everything in the store. So take advantage of that. All right. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys soon.